Well, hello, comrades, and welcome back to the Ushanka Show. Today I would like to tell you some interesting facts about Soviet money. To be precise, we're going to talk a little bit about our coins, our change. I had several requests from viewers that would like to get more detailed information about everyday life of Soviet people, and I decided maybe we will start from money because even we lived in supposedly socialist economy, we still used money quite extensively. It's only when we reach the higher level of communism then money will be gone and everything will be free. That's the theory, at least. So we used rubles in Soviet Union, and the 1 ruble looks like this. And to give you a kind of comparison, average person was earning approximately 150, 130, up to 200 rubles a month. And we were paid usually twice a month. There was so-called advance payment, and then real salary, so like bi-weekly pay. So if we would say 200 rubles, which is decent pay, so in order to compare, we'll call it that every ruble is like $10, right? So some person makes about $2,000 here in America. I mean, of course, a lot of people make more, some people make less, but we'll try to compare. So 1 ruble is $10 comparison to the salaries. So we of course used a lot of coins because there was no inflation in Soviet Union. That time Soviet Union had its treasury, so government controlled inflation, and also they were issuing money. Right now in Russia, for example, they have Bank of Russia, which is similarly designed as a Federal Reserve here in the United States. It technically doesn't belong to the government. It's independent bank that owned by other banks, so somewhat it's a private organization. And I don't know why, but in America it's considered a good thing to create inflation, about 2-3% a year. So in Russia we didn't have inflation, so prices were quite stable for 10-20 years. Like, prices don't change much. Sometimes government will change prices for something that they will consider like luxury items that people buy too much. So they're like, okay, they buy too much of this crystal or gold, so we're gonna increase price for that. So that was based on that. But otherwise, basic goods were always same price for years. So coins. The smallest coin was One Kopeck, 1 Kopeyka, and it's approximately size of 1 cent. Then we had 2 Kopecks, 2 Kopeyki, was a little bit bigger. Third one is 3 Kopecks, 3 Kopeyki, and keep in mind, so that's approximately times 10 if you want to translate it to cents, transfer it to cents. Then we have a really nice big size coin, which is 5 Kopecks. Then this is where coppers stop. So-called, some people were calling it like coppers, медные монеты. Then we start with the shiny coins, 10 Kopecks, 10 Kopeyek, like this one. Then we had quite odd coin, 15 Kopecks. Then 20 Kopecks, 20 Kopeyek. After that, we had a big, nice, large size 50 Kopecks, which wasn't really popular. We didn't have a lot of them, but they were in circulation. And the biggest coin was 1 ruble, which is approximately $10. And those were minted quite often to celebrate some kind of anniversary of October Revolution or the birthday of Vladimir Lenin. So we had a lot of different designs for 1 ruble coins, like you see here on this picture. 1 ruble, 1 ruble. So today I would like to talk to you a little bit about 1 Kopeck, 1 Kopeyka. what people could buy with 1 cent. Believe it or not, quite a few things could be purchased in Soviet Union even in like mid of 80s with just 1 kopeck. So let's go to the list, the things you could buy in Soviet Union for 1 kopeck. Number 1, a box of matches. These matches, which we had made out of wood, of course, contain approximately 75 matches, and their price was always 1 kopeck. And I remember we used to have a joke, says, "Hey, what the news? You didn't hear the latest news? Matches got cheaper." And that was funny because it's already 1 kopeck, 1 kopeka, so it can't get any cheaper, right? So, but that was a joke. Hey, matches lost its value, it got cheaper. So you could buy a box of matches. Number 2, you could buy a glass of water in these special machines, which you could buy. It's like a pop soda, but without syrup, just a plain bubbly water. There'll be 1 kopeck. And interestingly, now I can't believe that we actually used it that way. We had glasses right there, and those dispenser machines, and there was a little fountain, so one person uses the glass, have a drink, then you kind of push that glass against that fountain, so it's being washed a little bit by cold water, and it's ready to go out for the second person. Right now I can't believe, but that was totally normal. So pretty much anyone who was using those soda dispenser machines, they were pretty much kissing the whole neighborhood. Number 3, a regular pencil. It was cost also 1 kopeck. Number 4, for 1 kopeck you could purchase 2 postal envelopes without any stamps. Interestingly, in Soviet Union they were selling envelopes with pre-printed stamp right on it. So that way, it's cheaper instead of making separate stamp and separate envelope. Since we had no inflation, you can keep on printing the same envelope with the, for example, 3 kopeck stamp. That was the normal charge to mail the envelope, to mail the mail. So also they were selling them without the stamp. So if the envelope didn't have a stamp, so for 2 of those, you can buy them for 1 kopeck. Number 5. A lot of people had like cafeterias at the factories, and when they buy food, you could purchase a slice of bread like this for 1 kopeck. Number 6, a button. So at the stores that would sell you clothes, socks, and all other things, if they would be short on change, they would just give you a button of your choice, and that would consider the price of 1 kopeck. Number 7, you could buy this small notepad which kids used in schools. It consists of 12 pages, and it also was the price of 1 kopeck. Number 8, you could buy a pencil eraser for. Number 9, you can buy tips for your ink pen. When I started school in 1978, we still used a lot of ink pens. And the most primitive ones is the ones that you constantly have to dip into the ink, and then you write. They had replaceable tips because you break them quite often, and a couple of those tips you can purchase for 1 kopeck. Number 10, in Soviet Union they also used to sell cigarettes by weight. So not packed in a normal way. It was actually like in a big box, and you could buy by weight. Let's say, I don't know, half of kilogram, or maybe you just ask to buy 10 of those. They didn't have a filter. but one cigarette without filter was 1 Kopeck. Next, number 11, you could purchase 2 mediators for picking strings on your guitar. So these plastic mediators, the price was also for 2 of them was 1 Kopeck. Kids love buying those mediators because the plastic was emitting a lot of heavy smoke if you set it on fire. So that was a favorite thing to do for kids, to purchase those mediators and then set the fire and made it smoke. Number 12, cough pills against the cough. Quite often I was told when you buy some kind of pills or drugs at the drugstore, they'll give you change instead of, if they're short on change, they'll give you changed with pills against cough, and 1 pill would be 1 Kopeck. Number 13, newspapers for kids. We had several newspapers called like Young Leninets, Юный Ленинец, like a young follower of Lenin, or the Pioneer Truth, Pionierskaya Pravda, and those newspapers you could buy for 1 Kopeck. I believe they were sold at loss, but government want to make it affordable, that little propaganda for kids, so you can buy those newspapers really cheap. Number 14, sewing needle. Number 15, a piece of chalk, which could be used on a blackboard in school or just doing some drawings on the blacktop. Number 16, in Soviet Union we had a postal stamp, which was cost of which was 1 Kopeck. To mail anything like the postcard, I believe was 3 Kopecks, so you can buy 3 postal stamps and mail your letter. Number 17, a cup of tea without sugar. So the same thing in cafeterias, since Russians love their tea, you can always buy hot tea, and without sugar was 1 Kopeck, and if you wanted sugar added to your tea, there'll be 2 Kopecks. Number 18, a pack of paper, total of 25 pieces, for notes. Number 19, the fishing hook. Number 20, fishing bobber. Number 21, bicycle valve. And those actually are really hard to find. They were one of those items that for some reason they didn't make a lot in Soviet Union, so it was constant shortage of this so-called nipel, which is bicycle valve, but the cost was 1 Kopeck. And the last item is a safety pin. You can always buy a safety pin for this low price on 1 copper. So this is the short review of items that you could purchase for just 1 Kopeck, which is, I would say, approximately 10 cents at that time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.